You smell like feet.
Interesting start. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So we left off last session with I don't remember if there was conflict. I don't think there was.
No.
I don't
Last
think
session,
no.
yes.
Wait,
We had
really?
the fish people.
That's why we have the fish people, dead
Right,
fish
and
people on the thing.
there was no session in between.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why we assumed there was.
Technically, there was no encounter last session.
We had a
Because
last
there was
session.
no last
Okay,
session.
yeah, that would be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah, there was. It was Curly's had a solo session.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Really had a
count for
solo
us.
session? I
Yeah.
want a solo session.
I had,
Okay,
yeah,
we can give you a
Kelly's had
solo
a,
session. If you want to do one, we'll make one happen.
Nah,
Kelly's had a flashback
I
episode.
feel like it's a pity solo session.
No, I like it. I'm fine with anybody doing a solo
playing.
session. Those are fun.
Just messing around, just making funnies.
I'll give Challenger a background. I want to do it. We're gonna make it happen. You don't have a choice now. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
Yay!
This was just supposed to be a bit. I hope he dies this session.
Okay.
I hope I Iron Giant it.
Oh, the irony giant.
Not the
Alright.
irony giant.
Oh,
Alright, I'm done. Goodbye!
So, we left off after conflict. I believe that there was. Let me look at. There was a while that you had of inactivity. There were days that didn't have anything in them.
I'm getting oxidized and rusty.
Let me look where we are. Day 62.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so now we're day 91.
Yep, and Krellis is gonna
What?
continue teaching
I'm on-
them all Celestial.
What do you want?
102.
102?
Yeah.
Uh,
Because after it was day 100 even when we fought the fish people.
I have that scheduled for day 62.
I mean, like day 100 total. Not on the sea.
Oh! Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm talking about specifically on the ocean.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping track of that.
That's fine. So, in the distance, you see a land mass, and as you're approaching, it takes still roughly a day to arrive at the port. From my understanding, you guys wanted to pull in.
Duh.
Yeah.
Duh. Okay. As let me look here. I believe that was a thing. Okay, no, that's the teleportation. That's not the ship arrival. Okay. I'm gonna ignore that part because we don't need it. So, as you approach this area, you see there's like a small portion of like close to the water, like sea level, turns into a city that kind of goes up in towards the hills. There, it seems to be a walled city with a gate in the middle. Let me just provide you an image. I believe that would just be way easier. You would be currently areas between 12 and 15. So let me pull that up for you. General, oh, bam. Copy and paste it. Thank you. You can do it. There you go. Okay. Oh no, it's loading 30 megabytes. Oh, that's not that bad. Oh, that's small. Okay. As you're approaching the city, you can see that there are high walls keeping the city safe and a lighthouse at one of the 2 side gates. There is as your ship approaches, they presume, due to the current lack of firing and distant hostility, because they can see the weapons on the top of your deck, that you aren't planning on doing anything harmful. Inside, so you guys are coming from the right side, between areas 14 and 15 on the right of the map. In this harbor, you see a giant statue of what appears to be king in full regalia, resplendent in a loincloth of leopard skin and a headdress of feathers, shells, and some form of old beast-like teeth. Draped in a cape of gorillan fur and monkey tails. They are also, or this individual is also wielding a traditional oval shield and a Ykla. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's YKLWA.
Oh,
Oh, Yakla.
Yakwa.
Yakla. Thank you.
Yak. It's basically like it's equal parts like length of like blade and handle. It's a one-handed throwing weapon.
Oh, cool.
It's the same weapon I have.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He uses it as a walking stick, but also a smacking stick.
It's a walking and a smacking. As you find one of the available ports, you're able to park the ship at area 17 on the map, right above the H in harbor port. You are now officially parked away from the ocean. The ship comes to a complete stop. And bizarre things. I would like for you guys to roll a history check. Does anybody out of character know what does anybody out of character have knowledge of what a dinosaur is for their character?
No.
No, my boy has no idea what a dinosaur is.
Lazar's a
I don't know.
bird.
Do we want to say in the south I saw some dinosaurs?
I mean,
I'm gonna
he
say
lived in Ionia. He's seen some
Probably just like,
strange
I know some
shit,
really
but not
old
A
people.
dinosaurs.
I'm
dinosaur
pretty
went
sure the
through.
only person who would know any dinosaur shit would probably be from Shurima.
Where's Cho'Gath from?
The Void.
Okay, so that'd be a no.
Yeah, no, that.
Okay.
And the
Void,
Void
dude.
is usually in Shurima.
Because it's from the place Jax is
The
from.
mub.
Yeah.
That's where it
Oh.
originated from.
And Zillion.
It's like, Carlos is just like, I've heard that really old people are sometimes called dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us know what a dinosaur is.
So, for those of you,
Acathia. Sorry.
you're fine. So this is what you guys see once you offboard the ship. So think of like Saudi Arabian, Middle Eastern architecture
I got a natural one.
with like.
That's a thing.
There's a lot of dragons here that don't have wings. That's what it looks like.
That's a lizard.
It looks like wingless dragons. So, after you offboard the ship, debriefing the crew, you see just streets with people riding dinosaurs and like using them as horses. And there's there's like cloth hanging over the tops and some of the sides of the buildings. You can see, out of character, you guys have no clue what this is, but there is somebody riding just a T-Rex down the center of the street.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah. There's just... if you look in the image in the middle, there's somebody just riding a T-Rex.
In the middle?
Dang.
The middle of the image of the
What the
general chat. Yeah.
Bro, is this... What is that? Is this Zandalar?
This
God
is a
damn.
heads up challenge. If we're stepping off, if like there's a way to step off the ship, my boy Challenger's already walking into crowds.
Yeah.
He
Walking
is
where?
just getting lost. He's
Into
just
the
walking
crowd.
anywhere. He's getting lost.
Okay, I mean, it's not going to be hard for you to ask people in the future. Have you seen a giant robot man? So he's fine. He wanders off somewhere. There's some pushy people seeing you get off of a fancy ship trying to sell you tourist maps.
Walking over them.
Okay. You like use big steps and they're sitting on the ground, so you just walk over them. Like literally directly over their head, and they just don't know what to do because this is like... There's so many people staring at Challenger. They have no clue what technology like this is.
And he is heavily oblivious. He has no issues
Yeah.
whatsoever.
So, with
Just
that...
taking in the view.
Yeah, and there's a lot of colors here, too. There's, like, murals painted with powdered dye on the sides of a lot of buildings. Most of the marketplaces look like they are just on the floor or covered in big tents. From what you can see, there's even, like, layers of the middle class areas, and then on like plateaus raised above the center of the city are a network of bridges that connect the more wealthy areas on the top. So let me switch over to Roll20, and I actually have the map in there too as well that you can zoom in on and interact with, and I can ping on. You guys see it all fine?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm guessing number 3 is like the source of the dinosaurs because they're meteors.
Source number 3?
Yeah, in the top left.
Possibly. So these areas up here are like super ornate buildings that are raised above the rest of the city. From what you can't see outside the city, so you can't see beyond the walls from the harbor. But you do see a lot of marketplaces. Is anybody interested in the pamphlets that they're trying to push on tourism?
I mean, if it's a map, yes, I'll take one.
Cool. It's a map, and it also has locations on it. So
I'll go where I'm needed.
effectively, you now know what what all the numbers on the map mean.
Okay.
I'll probably take one. Not read it, as I'm too busy.
This sign can't
Wow.
stop me because I can't read.
Legit. It's most that, and it's just like, what a pretty place. This place is amazing.
You can read though, Lazar, right?
Of course.
Okay, that's Challenger who can't read.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the major areas that are on the map that are marked are the old city, which is effectively like the prisoners area and lower class outside the wall. There is the merchants ward. You can see all the words on the map. Those are the areas. There's, if any of them interest you, I'll go through and list the names of or the contents of a ward or area. So there's the harbor ward, there's the market ward, merchants, Malar's Throat. That one is like the slum district outside the city. There is Tahiki Anchorage, which is like the dinosaur breeding area. So they have dinosaur pens there.
Baby dinosaurs.
Yes.
I think Curly's turns and like tries to use his puppy dog eyes on Lazar.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? What about me? Or Lazar?
Curly's is just like sees the fact that we can see like baby versions of these whatever these creatures are, and
these wingless dragons.
these wingless dragons, and just turns to Lazar and gives him puppy dog eyes.
And then Lazar just picks up Toothless by under his armpits and he's like, "You're the only flightless lizard I need." Except he's not flightless.
You're the only lizard I need. What is the R? What's the D4 for? Just a random
Probably
No, I
direction
was just
you're
messing with.
wandering?
I was trying.
I think hearing Lazar say that I think I pick up his other lizard.
What about this one?
Don't worry, buddy. He didn't beat it.
I love,
Hold on, let
Lettuce?
me remember his name.
yeah.
I love, what's the name?
Yoshi. I love
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I pick up Yoshi and it's just like, don't worry, buddy. Buddy, he doesn't mean you, okay?
The remainder of your crew, kind of at this point, making sure that everything is tied up properly, is starting to meander off the ship as well.
That's fine.
There are a few people who have, like one or two of the officers that you've gained the trust of, who are kind of there. One is staying on the ship near the entrance, making sure that other people don't come on, and then they're gonna take shifts back and forth so that way they can explore. So you do have somebody guarding the ship, I know.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm fine with them like going off to the tavern getting a drink. Oh, I'm also gonna take the body that was on board and see if I can like take it to a cemetery or something.
I'm sorry, we kept a rotting corpse on board.
Yes.
I would like for you to also point out to you guys, the combat was about 30 days ago.
Yeah, I don't think we kept it on board. I think
we just gave it a Viking funeral.
Okay.
Yeah.
we gave it a funeral and like.
It would decay fast in the ocean air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to imagine the idea was like, oh, let's keep a hold of it, bury it when we're on land, and then after like 2 days, it was like, okay, guys, it's giving off the smell.
Start the stink. I can smell it from the bottom floor. Get rid of that shit.
And the sailors are just like,
exactly
oh
what-
god.
Challenger rolled a D25.
Yep, I want to see which area he would go using the numbered areas
Oh,
to make
cool.
it easier. And I feel like he'll accidentally wander towards the whatever 19 is.
Okay, so
Complete opposite side of the city.
you start to get lost.
Yeah, he loves wandering.
You start to get lost and just wandering, and eventually, after kind of just getting pushed around by like the crowds and the dinosaurs trying to keep up with the flow of traffic and just going where people are going, you end up at a fish market. There is just hundreds, not dozens, but like hundreds of varieties of different types of fish here.
I'm not surprised.
It's supposedly some of the most. The person at the market tries to market to you and then realizes that he has no clue what you are, and it doesn't look like you have a mouth. So, I mean, it looks like you have a mouth, but not one for like made of flesh, so they
I
don't.
don't look like a being that can.
You don't look like a humanoid. You look like some futuristic thing. So they are gonna start to try to sell you fish and then not try to sell you fish anymore. To give you an idea, I know that the fish market perhaps isn't the most entertaining option, and so above you, you hear, or actually we'll say walking by you, since it's 20 and 15 are very close to where you are on the map right here.
Okay.
You can see that 15 is the giant lighthouse, and you hear people talking about trying to go to the Colosseum to watch a gladiator
Doesn't have-
game.
I want to roll a history to see if I can even recall, like, if I can come up with the idea of what is. What did I get with it?
I see your numbers, Lazar. What were you rolling the D20 for? History?
Yes, I wanted to see like if he even knows what's a gladiator.
Oh, sure. Well, they do talk about fighting and show, but to you, I don't think you've probably heard about it. Perhaps talking about it sounds similar to something you might have heard of with the possible a long time ago about some kind of fight pit, but that's the closest thing it seems like when people would the humanoid workers who were with you in the mines before your battery started draining and they didn't replace it.
Yeah, I think he'll wander in that direction.
Okay.
I think
So
we'll call and be like, oh,
you end up following what looks like a couple in their mid-30s going on a date, and you follow them at a decent distance towards the gladiator arena. Because of the way it is, you actually kind of backtrack, because this actually no, never mind. You're good. There's a staircase up here, but you go up a staircase to an elevated bridge that takes you to this gladiator pit arena. So before we go into that, we're gonna go to Lazar, who has locations picked out that they're interested in, and then when they arrive at one, we'll switch back to other people, get them all set up in their starter areas, because who knows, people might end up together. Which one interests you the most out of those, Lazar? What would be your initial area you interested in going into?
Honestly, just start with the closest, so 8.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
can make his way around.
Okay. As you approach this boxy-shaped temple, there is a variety of, like, you hear hammering, you hear like the high-pressure water. So perhaps people here might understand a bit more about Challenger. As you're approaching, it seems this is like the artisan guild. So there's craftsmen,
yeah,
blacksmiths, ivory carvers, and hydro engineers. So there's people using pressured water to carve out stuff. There's in the center of the courtyard is a giant statue of like a blacksmith hammering something on a forge or on an anvil.
Do I still have those ingots? I, in fact, do not.
There, one in this surrounding this statue, there's actually a fountain whose water jets shift continuously to create amazing shapes out of water.
Cool.
So before we with that information, you can think about what you want to do. Let's go to. Does Milo have anything that they would like to do? Does Kralis have anything they would like to do?
Yeah, he wants to go to the dinosaur breeding ground and see all the
No, Creelys, you stick with me. We will go.
just like, oh dang.
So
Didn't
you
you
go,
learn your lesson the last time?
split the party.
No.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. I think he reluctantly goes with Lazar, and I
Okay.
think maybe is there any paintings or like paint supplies
I would
around?
say that there, at the crafts area where you are, there are paint supplies.
Okay, yeah, I think he's gonna get some like paint supplies, a few and a few like canvases as well,
Okay.
or parchments that he can use.
They'll throw in 2 canvases with your purchase of painter supplies,
Yeah.
which I believe already has 1 in there, so you'll have 3 canvases total.
Okay.
Is the price listed already? You know where it is?
I will see it.
You'll find it. It should be on tied to the tool cost.
Yeah, it's right here. It's 10 gold pieces.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. What is Noria's interest?
That there was nothing in there.
Would you like to hear the generic areas again?
Sure.
Okay, so there's the old city, which is kind of like the slums, the prison area, like the troublemaking spots. There is the merchants ward, which is more higher scale, upper class. There is the harbor ward, which has a variety of stuff to do with it's like warehouses, stuff like that. The market ward is the middle income's variety of markets. There is the outer slums, and then there is the area that Kralis is super interested in going to, which is like the dinosaur breeding area outside the city.
Is it possible, for someone to stay with the boat?
There are
We already
guards.
have.
There are guards that are part of the hired crew who are guarding the ship. People that have shown trustworthiness that Lazar picked out before he left the ship.
You and Delphi could go on a date night.
That's true.
Or just stay in the chambers, you know?
That is an option while nobody is around.
Yup.
I mean, why do it in
Spicy.
a ship bed when you can just get a hotel?
It does look
Because
like
I don't fucking know this place.
Did you pick up one of the maps or no?
No.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, you have no clue what's around here except for what you can see generically from your current area. So that would be the market wards, the high. There do appear to be higher end buildings on a platform above. If you're looking at the Roll20 up here, above the city, there are like fancy buildings. There is, yeah. So, what interests does Noria have?
Do they have any special weapons here?
The answer is definitely yes. So, Delphi is gonna take a map. Because knowledge is power.
Yeah, but Noria don't want to do shit. Noria's like all discombobulated from being on a ship.
That's fine. Delphi's just taking one for the information anyway.
Yeah, so Noria's gonna just, chill.
Chill where? Just sit on the ground somewhere?
Yeah, by the ship. Just be like sitting next to the ship.
Sure. Did you want me to go look for anything for you? Delphi says.
Noria's just gonna you know, like kind of hold back like vomiting and whatnot, and just be like, no, stay here with me.
Okay. So as you're sitting down, probably like cross-leg or something, Delphi will put her head between your legs and just look up at you as you're trying to hold in vomiting.
Okay.
She gives you the face that you know means play with my hair.
Okay, got you. Done.
Okay.
We can,
mhm.
while me and Krayley are out, we can get some nausea medicine for her.
Yeah.
True. You can do that.
What?
There'll be
So,
some
so,
medicine stuff.
so you know how like this is how I'm gonna explain it. You know how like when you get like really high up into the air on like in an airplane and like your ears start popping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is vertigo.
And then when you do, you have the same thing when you go down in the airplane.
Yeah.
So Noria doesn't have a problem when she's on the ship, like in the sea and everything. It's when they leave and when they dock, she has a problem.
That makes sense, yeah. The sea is comfortable, the rocking is comforting and makes sense, and then suddenly stationary land.
Yep. It's like
I like to imagine they're all walking like a little bit like they might be drunk.
Like they're drunk, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the case for a little while.
Except for Lazar, because birds don't have the water in their ears to maintain balance.
Yeah. So, let's go. Does Milo have anything?
I saw that they were wanting to look at the baby dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
And they're not really paying attention to Milo, so Milo's just gonna sidestep off towards it.
You're gonna solo go off there? Because you do hear Krayley's giving hear and see Krayley's giving puppy dog eyes to Lazar about going to see the baby wingless dragons.
Let's go see the baby.
I'm happy to check it out myself just to see if the prices are real fast. See if there's any sales or anything that piques my interest.
So you wanted to go solo? Because they're gonna go there too.
Oh yeah, eventually. I know. I just want to check it.
Sure. By all means.
Don't really have much else to do, anyways.
Okay. I would like for everybody who is solo to roll me a perception check. So that would be Milo and Challenger.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The squishy ones!
Excuse me?
I would like for everybody who is exploring on their own, away from everyone else, to roll me a perception check.
17.
Okay.
By the time you reach Mount
Challenger?
Oh, it's rolling. I got a 10.
10, okay.
I used all my. Oh, it's rolling. I got a 10.
Okay. So as Milo was kind of heading off, hands in their pockets, you can see that thinking about the good old ranch down south. They are meandering southeast towards the dinosaur area. You can see a variety of marketplaces and stalls. You can see in the distance that there is an individual who's trying to pickpocket somebody. They bump into them and they are able to... It looks like the person who they're after is kind of oblivious. And they're like looking around at the tourist sites and pointing out how pretty everything is. And you see that their bag is gone and they run perpendicular to the direction you're planning on going.
What is my... I forgot what my alignment was. Hold on.
This is gonna entirely depend on whether or not I do something.
Yeah. And it does look like they are decently well off. The person who's just kind of pointing with
Power cables generate a magnetic.
who's just kind of walking with a friend, it looks like. Just around the city, exploring the market ward.
It's been a little bit. Lazar tries to pick some pockets on the way.
Okay. Roll me a investigation, perception, or insight. Sorry.
Oh.
I got a 9 for perception.
Okay. So. Let's do a charisma save to see what your impulse is for trying to steal something.
Eh?
A charisma save to see how well you can control an impulse to want to try to steal something.
I mean, it's not an impulse, he just finds it fun.
Okay.
He's like the thrill, basically.
Okay. From what
And
you
then
can,
just because he can.
From what you can tell, there is somebody who looks like they're probably the higher class walking out of the artisan guild that you and Kralis are entering. So they're walking past you towards the exit of the artisan guild. Are you going to do the pickpocket?
24.
Cool.
Great success.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that who I see stealing?
No. They're in a different portion of the city. They're in the market ward. You are probably around 18 now. So down here, if you can see on the Roll20 map. That's where you are. And they're up here at number 8, all the way above the harbor.
Alright.
So you're like on the other side of the harbor from each other. Let's do a D&D Beyond treasure table.
Og.
Yeah. I gotta open it up.
A treasure table. That's an
Yeah.
interesting table.
Because I know that it's going to be one of the lower value, but still DM guide treasure tables. So let me look real quick. What was your alignment, and what are you doing, Milo, while I'm looking this up?
Well, chaotic good.
Okay.
And seeing that, it's kind of like one of those things of just, there's the chaos part, and while I would like to do good deeds, I'm also looking at it and I'm just like, that is kind of funny. I'm probably not going to do anything. But if I saw, like, Lazar doing it, he'd probably stop him just to be like, you have enough money, you greedy bitch.
What's your level right now? Lazar. Lazar.
Oh.
6.
6? Okay. Cool. Roll me a D100.
24.
24? Okay.
Same exact roll. Weird.
Okay. So you're able to take, from what you can find in his pocket, there are 7 gems that you are able to snag out of a pouch from his pocket, and it seems like these jewels are relatively high quality, and they're roughly valued at 250 gold each.
How many? 7?
7 times 250 gold.
Oh boy.
This is like, you're in the high class area.
Inventory. Manage.
You're also stole from somebody who you have no idea who they are at the Artisan Guild.
Yep.
Okay. So that is done. What is Milo? Oh, he's ignoring the thing because you have a goal in mind and it's kind of their fault for not really paying attention to their own stuff.
Yeah, and plus it's like I don't know that person's story, so I don't know why they need the money. So if they need it, then they need it. I
Yeah,
don't
true.
have the right to judge.
You do know from you pulled a map, right, Milo?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you can tell that there's different walks of life here. It's just kind of like a hodgepodge of a variety of different types of people. Some all the way to the super high class and some all the way down to the lower.
Yeah.
So as you're walking through this area over here, there's a nice set of trees atop the archway to the outer gate. And as soon as you pass this, it's like above, there's an area in like Las Vegas that's super pretty, well taken care of and clean, and as soon as you go like beneath the bridge, it's just a mess. There's an instant transfer of like visual appeal to like clean and taken care of to just a straight up mess.
Well, geez, that's not nice.
And that's what all of these slums houses are. These are like the poor farmers who are, instead of doing plants, they are raising dinosaurs or wingless lizards, wingless dragons. As you're passing this area right here, you actually see into a courtyard with a fountain that the water is like green. Like covered in algae, and there's vines growing all over everything.
You know what? It's been a while since I've done a good deed. I'm gonna take off my cowboy hat, take off my cowboy vest, keep my cowboy ascot on, and I'm gonna take some time. I don't care. The group will find me eventually. I'm easy to spot. I'm pretty.
Got
True. Plus, they out of character. Eventually, Lazar and Kralis are gonna come this direction anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna start cleaning up the slums.
okay. Give me a second, everyone. I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
No.
How do you know so much?
Because I don't want to work in the sex industry, but I want to work with people who probably do work in the sex industry, so I gotta know at least words and shit.
I don't want to work in the sex industry, but the people who do with other people.
I want to be a sex therapist, and a lot of people who go into sex work, they usually go to a sex therapist because they're like, I have trauma because of sex.
Mood.
That
makes sense.
I never think about that. I never think about that. Thank you for bringing that light to my attention. Like, I never think about.
Sex is always seen as like a really taboo topic.
Yep.
So it's hard to speak up about like abuse and anything else along those lines.
Yeah, it's like. Go ahead.
No, I interrupted. Sorry.
I was gonna say the main thing that I want to like help with specifically is like, so they don't teach you what a abuser or a red flag could look like before it's already happened.
Yeah.
So like there are certain things like people could be comfortable with because they were never told, hey, you're allowed to say no, you're allowed to say this isn't okay. Like, you don't just have to take it. It's like I wanna like be the advocate for those people who are like,
You know, I like that. It's a very stand-up idea. You know, it's very. I'm looking for words. Give me a second.
I sure wish I had someone to tell me, hey, you know that that 30-year-old who's calling you cute, that guy's gonna groom you. I'm sorry.
Fucking. Oh,
Hey kids, listen here.
you know, people.
Hey kids, listen here. If a guy is ever is like, do that.
I love that I can hear you through
Yeah, you're
Allie's
cutting out through
mic
your mic.
and not through your mic.
Yeah, that's been happening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
Damn it.
plan on with like next session, not next session, next paycheck, and hopefully maybe the one after, getting some money together and buying him just a new laptop and a new
Yeah,
mic.
spoil him because he
because he-
doesn't want it. Do it.
I don't.
It's not that he
It's so
doesn't
much
want
money.
it. It's just
It's so
that
much
it's gonna
money.
be a lot of money, and he
Yeah.
knows that. But the sooner we get it, the more we don't have to worry about it when we have actual bills.
Exactly.
Let me be your sugar mama.
I made a joke in class because we were asked about what's it called? We were asked, like, so there's this museum called the Museum of Broken Relationships where people donate items from a relationship. It doesn't have to be like a boyfriend. It could be like your best friend. You're no longer friends with them and you're getting rid of an item. They want that item and the story of that item and they'll put it on display kind of thing. And so we were asked, what would you put in that place? And I had this whole story about how my ex bought my PC and then for my birthday, and then he literally when we broke up, he was like, I want you to pay me for the PC. And I was like, no. And so like part of me, like my entire like having the PC was like, wow, this PC was bought by a piece of shit. And so when I finally like got my own money and bought different pieces, replaced the pieces and whatnot, and made my own PC, it's like, hey, now this is mine. It's no longer like bought by him. So I would donate those PC pieces.
Like that one boat. Fuck, what was the name of the boat? We're like, is this still the same boat if all the pieces have been replaced?
Exactly.
But it's a PC.
Speaking of PCs, why don't we use ours to continue the story?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's not a sorry. I was in the bathroom, and so
No,
conversation
no,
naturally
it's a
happens.
sorry.
No!
Whoops. Sorry.
Okay. Alright, so Milo's doing some cleanup. Let's do Kralis and Lazar are in the Artisan Guild. Lazar definitely just stole like over 2,000 gold.
1750.
Oh, okay, close. Yeah. Which to you is like now pocket money.
I mean, hey, I can give that to Milo.
That's true.
He doesn't have to know where it's coming from.
That's true.
Or Challenger, because I like Challenger more.
Yeah. Speaking
Challenger
of,
doesn't need money.
true. Speaking of
You
not
don't know
needing
that.
money, you rolled a perception check of 10 a while ago, and that was
Yes,
for
sir.
a similar situation that Milo visualized, except it's happening to you.
Oh, like someone's like taking money from me.
Yeah.
I think he's going to instinctively just grab the person.
No, but
Almost.
the perception check was of a 10 happening to
Oh.
you.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you phrased it like I'm witnessing this.
So the
My
reason
bad.
why Milo witnessed it is because they got a 17. If they got lower than a 15, it'd be happening to Milo. So instead of it was going to be the same person ended up pickpocketing Milo instead of the other person. So, let's do. You don't carry your money on you, do you?
Sorry, I missed all that because of Lush's mom walking
Do you
in.
carry your money on you?
Oh, do I carry my money on me? Fuck.
Like, is it in your backpack or something like that?
I don't think he carries his coin on me. I don't think he has coin. I think whatever coin he has, he's just like dropped in like say Milo's bag,
Okay.
or like just whoever's like been near him. He'll just like occasionally just spill
I
money
know I
into their
carry the
pockets.
coin for everybody else except for the 2 newcomers.
Yeah, like whatever
Okay,
coin
cool.
he has, he's wasted. He's tossed it into a pond. He's like thrown the change at like seagulls that try to land on him.
So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2.
Yeah, sorry. I thought earlier you were just. I thought it was like that. What I witnessed.
No, you're good.
It was just phrasing I misunderstood.
So they are going to. Okay, let's do a sleight of hand check to counter your 10 because it could go lower than that.
Okay.
14.
That definitely beats it.
Cool. So they steal. What they do is for your awareness, not for what you know in character, but for out of character. What they do is they slice one of the things holding your backpack on, so that way it falls off, and they do one and then the other side, so it falls off on the ground as you continue walking away. So the entirety of all your contents in your backpack are gone.
Oh.
Which is water skin, torch, tinderbox, hemp rope, rations, piton, hammer, and crowbar.
Oh wait. I don't need any of that. I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely doesn't notice. He lighter.
So you just need to.
That.
But you have to keep in mind that's like 61 pounds lighter.
Ah shit! I needed those pounds in case I fell on somebody. Oh.
But yeah, if you just delete that from your inventory, those are gone.
Yeah, sure, I could do that.
I wanted to make sure it wasn't like if they were gonna steal something, your gauntlets are worn, your chainmail is worn, your clothes are worn. They might have stolen like your Everbright lantern or something like that, but.
Oh no, that's in my head.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
That's built into me.
Yeah, and they didn't have any reason to take the weapons, so instead they took the backpack in case there was value in it, which there wasn't, which is good. That's fine.
I mean, there's like slight value.
Are you sure you don't need your rations to eat?
I'm a warlord.
Yeah, I know. Okay, cool. So that wasn't as bad as it could have been then.
No.
Especially since you didn't carry your money on you, because all of your money would be gone.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
if it happened to target Lazar, all of the money would be gone.
He's probably wasted his money. Like I still love the image of him sitting in the crow's nest throwing like handfuls of gold at like oncoming seagulls.
Yeah, why not? That's perfect.
And then it just rains down on the crew, hits them in the head. They're just like, "Oh, cool, free gold."
And it's just, dude, it's a massive hand. It's like his entire bag of gold. Some dude's probably gonna look up and get pelted by like coins. And, it's just
then
like, what the fuck?
to be honest, they just say that and then end up like pocketing the money as a tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagine like
I pay
a
for the
coin
damages.
Just like 100 miles an hour, just like, oh, was that a seagull? What happened?
What happened? Okay, so let's go back to Challenger. So Challenger is entering this arena, and it is roughly like 150 feet long inside.
Ooh.
So it's a huge arena. From what they have set up right now, because you can see from the top, because what they did is they carved out the bottom, so that's why this is on an elevated area. The pit is down at sea level, so you went upstairs and stuff to get here, so you can see without having to go in and pay just to go in, that there's like a lot of scuff marks as obstacles and stuff are moved around and changed. So in there right now is a group of people fighting against beasts to the death with no protection or chance of stop. So either they get And it does not look like there's any medics around, from what you can tell either. This is a enter at your own risk for Bloodsport. This is their entertainment.
I guess to walk over to like a near ledge to see what's going on, like what's the current combatants doing.
Yeah, inside there are 5 people. There's 2 what look like more beefy characters in the front, and there are 2 with like bows, and 1 that looks like they're in cloth, so probably some form of caster or something. And they are in a formation to make sure that they don't get flanked. And in the center, there is like a kind of altar where they have to like protect it from the other team. So the goal is it's effectively like capture the flag right now. So they've got one team on one side, their pillar is their altar is behind them. Then on the other side of the arena, there is another team with an altar behind them. And there's like a giant stone sphere that looks like it weighs a lot. By giant, I probably mean like a 5-foot just boulder.
Okay.
That needs to be looks like it probably needs to be taken and brought back to their altar.
She's probably just gonna look over towards like a bench and just sit on it, just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
If there's like anyone sitting near him, he's just going to just not really. It's gonna kind of like ignore personal space, just like mimicking. Just.
Hi.
Hello. Who's winning?
From what you can tell, it seems to be primarily right now just like honestly, it seems relatively even. A lot of it is kind of the ranged people doing most of the stuff, and the frontliners trying to block or take care of it. Nobody's made a move yet. Over the course of the game, there's eventually one of the people looks like they go invisible, and they try to sneak around the back. And one of them spots something, and then spots something moving, and one of the frontline tanks heads back and goes and takes them out. And so they are now currently like, because they can tell from the dust and the footprints where they are, because they didn't think about that. And then there's just now like blood, and somebody is bleeding out on the ground. While the rest of their
I'm gonna
team
look
is on
over at
the
the
other side.
person. The person I'm bothering, just like, who should we be rooting?
Honestly, whoever interests you personally, I'm always voting for the winning team. That way I'm never wrong. You know? If you're interested in something else like this, there's a version for prisoners over in Executioner's Run.
Ooh, I wonder what that is.
They talk to you about how Executioner's Run is for if you get caught doing crimes or need to be punished for actions that you do, whether it's stealing, even tax fraud or whatever. There is Executioner's Run, where they put you on one side, a bunch of ferocious, hungry animals on the other side, and you have to run to the other side and climb up a rope ladder. And if you die, then you die, and if you survive, then that is your payment.
That doesn't seem too good.
And they stack it so that way you're definitely outnumbered. It's an unfair thing.
Sounds very unfair.
Well, that's the point. You did commit the crime, and so this is your opportunity, instead of rotting in a prison, to try to escape. And there's definitely betting pools that go on over there too.
Of course, anything that has.
Life or death on it, it's gonna be bet on.
Yeah.
There's definitely people betting on the Coliseum too, but it's not in the area where Challenger ended up dropping by. So over probably about an hour, you just watch the show, and eventually the team who caught the invisible person wins. They end up having the team advantage for a 4 versus 5 and taking out the rest of the team before just walking the boulder back.
You know, this is interesting, but I'm not too fond of humans killing each other. Not too entertaining.
I feel like Lazar would be good at tracking somebody invisible with their visible ass sand prints.
After the end of the fight, they move the altars and the stones out of the way and bring in what looks to be like kind of Ninja Warrior style, where they have a variety. They cover the floor in like spiked plants, and then have little pillars around. So now the entirety of the floor is spiked plants, and they kind of, the person next to you says, "Oh, this is a fun one." So those spiked plants are poisonous. So if you fall into the spikes, not only are you now pierced, but it also slows your speed down and poisons you.
Huh. So, what do you get from these?
So usually you get a portion of whatever benefits are earned from betting on you. So I think it's roughly 20% of the amount of money from all bets that go on for your fight, as well as 20% of the ticket cost.
So, what is earnings? Like, things? Coins?
So there's a variety of options. There are titles. There are ways to. There are a lot of adventure. There's like adventuring crews that go out into the jungle. And some of their initiation requirements to join their groups are to successfully gain the title of arena champion, and like they won't allow anybody in unless you've succeeded through the arena fight.
This sounds like something we do.
Yeah, but we don't have anything.
So if you're telling me whoever wins getting across these poisonous plants,
it's the challenges vary. There's people who come up with different types of games. They're not always going to be the same.
He's gonna put his giant metal hand around their head, just like, wait.
Oh.
So you tell me whoever wins walking across those plants gets money and stuff for adventuring.
So yes, but they don't tell you what the game is before you start.
Oh.
And there's
How do you start this?
You need to sign up and have it scheduled, a slot for you scheduled. So they usually have like a week or two booked out already.
He's gonna pick up this person, point me the way.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check because they're scared that they got picked up for no reason.
Alright, I get advantage, but
it's different watching violence from afar than experiencing it firsthand.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I know you're not meant to be violent. It's more like an eager.
Oh yeah.
But to them, they don't know that. A giant metal robot
it's just the situation at the moment.
Yeah.
That is just. This isn't supposed to happen.
Unexpectedly terrifying for the individual.
Yeah. I get a -1, but
Perfect.
I do get advantage. So, bam. It's a 6, and then bam. That's a. So I'm going with a 6, Mike.
Okay. I see a set. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, that's okay. That's why. Okay. They thankfully you wanted to fail this one. They're like,
Oh
okay,
yeah, of course.
this way, and then they take you to the southeast side over here, where they have the registration office.
Whole time just holding like just an Oscar Myers hot dog. Just like sideways, just like
You can see he's very tense. And it's just kind of accepted that this is what's happening, but also understands that you're not like being hostile about it, so they're not gonna fight it either. Okay, so that you are now there in front of the registration office. Can I go now? Can I be put down, please?
but oh, is this where I need to be?
Yes.
All I need. Fantastic. You've been a good. He's gonna like
Thanks.
rail through it. He's gonna reach for his back and be like, "Oh, my bag's gone.
Oh yeah.
I can't reward you, but meet me after I win, and I'll give you as much.
Oh,
Maybe not as
okay.
much, but I'll give you. Oh. Wish me luck," and he's going to set him down.
Okay.
He's gonna walk up to registration and be like,
Okay.
"I wish to win."
Oh, sure. Are you wishing to participate alone?
What? Still wait. If I go in alone, do I fight people who are also alone, or do I fight people in groups of people?
Well, honestly, that depends on the scheduling availability. And since you haven't fought before, it's probably going to be another group or individual who hasn't fought before either. So,
Fantastic.
but what?
That means that I'll take it. If
Are you going by yourself?
that's sure.
Sure. Okay.
Look at me. How many big metal men have you seen, Mr.
Parker?
You didn't answer the question.
You said Mr. So they said that Parker, thinking you were talking about their name.
Oh no, he's like he's gonna bring you like for like how many metal men have you seen? Yeah.
I think one, but only as a painting when I walked by one of the guild. So
One
none
of
none in person, but I have seen one in a painting.
Oh, congratulations! I'm the
Thanks.
first person.
Yeah, you are the first metal man. That would be an
Now
interesting
put
show
me
too.
in there. I
Okay.
wish to punch other.
I do want to make sure that you know we have an opening in about a week and a half.
Oh, I was
I
hoping
know,
there'd be
I'm
now.
sorry, we're incredibly booked up because there's numerous people. This is like one of the primary like violent entertainment methods besides watching prisoners die. This is one where people voluntarily sign up. So people know that they're doing this by choice, and people are a lot more comfortable knowing that people are choosing to fight voluntarily than because they're a prisoner.
I see. I now. May I see your money?
See our money?
No, your man.
You're cutting out a little bit. I'm guessing you said manager?
Oh, what? Yeah, manager.
Okay.
Manager. Am I still cutting out?
Not right now, it's just for the second.
Oh, beans. Well, that's the way. Take me to your leader.
Roll me either a persuasion or intimidation check, and they're gonna do contested insight.
Okay. That's my persuasion.
It's okay, they rolled a 3.
My persuasion is a -1, but I get advantage with intimidation.
You
So
can
I'm
do
gonna stick with the
intimidation.
intimidation.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna stick to
Yeah. 15.
the thing I know.
Okay. give me like 15 minutes and I can make that happen. It's not normal. There's a possibility that we might be able to move you up, but it's also not necessarily certain.
Anything helps. I have a.
You wait roughly 10 to 15 minutes after the line behind you clears out. And
She's gonna be like
they put up
over
a
to the side, just like.
they put up a "Will return shortly" sign, and they head into the building, the network of offices, to pull out their their manager. They return back.
Oh, really?
So, did you have what you wanted to talk? My employee says you wanted to talk with me.
Yes. I want to be in part of your soon as possible.
Okay. So currently we have something scheduled, from what our records show, probably a week and a half. However, there might be cancellations. But in order to do that, you'd have to come and check every day. And there is a cancellation fee because we do make money off of cowards from canceling last minute. And we do hunt down people who sign up and then cancel. Unless they voluntarily, in order to collect their cancellation fee, which is about 250 gold.
I really want to be volunteer.
So, in other words, there is the possibility that we could find a spot for you, but it's going to be between a week and a week and a half from now.
I don't know how long we're going to be in the city.
Well, there's not
Do
much.
you own?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Do you own like this whole arena thing?
No, I'm just a worker. I don't own it.
Who owns?
Let me look. It doesn't have somebody, so we're gonna come up with somebody.
Insert name here.
Yeah.
Place.
We'll just say this, since I don't know a name. We're just not gonna give a name, and it's gonna be. They prefer to keep their name anonymous. Just because it makes it difficult to be tracked down. But I can give a message if that's what you're interested
in. The issue is I want to track.
I know, and that's why he doesn't want to be tracked. We know that there are people who want to fight and are very strong and could probably take him out relatively easily, so we'd rather not provide that information.
That is...
He's a businessman, not necessarily the fighter type. So he has elected to make sure his information stays private.
Oh, but I too am a businessman.
Well, good.
Very business.
Then you understand that, and we have an opening slot in a week to a week and a half from now.
That doesn't sound like good business.
Well, the only issue is cancellations, moving people around would cost us a lot of money. There are bets in place far in advance. We have to set up stage props specific to the fights that are happening.
I don't know what that is. Well, I'm going to take my business elsewhere at the moment.
But if you could let
Let them
my
know.
I don't have a. Do you have a parchment? Do you?
You're cutting out. I can't hear what you're saying.
Damn it. All right. How do I sound? Maybe.
You sound good now.
All right. Anyway, he's going to just ask, "Do you have parchment, paper?
Yeah, we do.
Can I have some?"
Sure. I'm presuming you're going to use it to write us a message for us to give.
Yes.
Okay. They provide you ink bottle, a quill feather, and some parchment.
He's gonna realize it's really small and just kind of like. It's really tiny.
Yeah, the entire sheet of paper is probably about the size of your palm.
Yeah. I think what he's going to do is just like not use the quill, just kind of smash the ink with his hand and just like with an inked finger just like write down Challenger in crude, archaic, almost serial killer like writing.
Sure.
And then on the back of the paper, contact me now.
Okay.
He's going to hand it over as my business card.
Business card. Yes, okay.
That's not threatening at all.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. They hold it up like a child has left a nice dirty diaper, and they hold it up with 2 fingers, hold it away from them, and then because it's like ink and running and you just kind of slapped your hand in the ink, they just kind of, it's a little like running down the thing onto the counter and creating a mess, so they just move it to the side and gently set it down.
I hope he gets it.
I hope so too.
Well, you're the one giving it to him. You better give it to him.
Absolutely.
Dude. Anyways, I must get going. See you at the pizza.
Okay, sounds good.
Step away.
Lazar, you're sleepy.
Yeah.
Would you like
I'm just gonna have them explore the districts that go by, look for nausea medicine for Noria, and then eventually go to the
Okay.
flightless lizards.
I think it'd be fun for you to be there for the flightless lizards, so what we might do is, since it's been an hour, but we also started like 50 minutes late. So we might we could stop here and then just continue again next session, if that works for people.
Was that a noise?
Yeah, I said please.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good then. Hit it.